Alright, so we are right back into another Dragon Ball Super card game video. On this one, it is time. It is time to go over the Vanilla Boy. Yes, finally. And before I go through anything, be sure to subscribe if you are new. If you are clicking from the featured thing or the recommended, if you don't know who I am, if you see my name and you watched the video before, please, if you like this video, subscribe. And like, comment, let me know what you think about this leader and this deck. But this is time, like I said, to go through the Vanilla Boy. And what I'm going to go through is, of course, the leader itself, the deck itself, the reasoning why I picked this version of this deck, and of course, gameplay. I have a couple different gameplays, courtesy of Judge Manning with a quick game. Thank you for that. Do appreciate that. It was a pretty intense type of game. It was quick. It was very intense. But then I played another one, and the guy rage quit. So that's always fun. But let's go ahead and get through it. This is a Son Goku, the kid Goku, in which is the skillless / vanilla leader. I went through him in the black reveal for set 6 probably a few weeks ago. Time is flying at this point. And he kind of like, I was just happy that we had vanilla support, or a leader for vanilla support, and kind of glossed over him. But overall, I thought he was a good leader, but now in playing him, he is great. Like, honestly, there's so many directions that you can take him that makes him very versatile, and then his core basis of what you want to do and make him consistent with a 4-star ball and all other stuff is really good. So if you didn't know, he is a 10k leader and a 15k leader on the other side. He has a permanent on his front side that says if there's a skillless battle card in your drop area, of course, the vanilla support, you can activate the awaken skill when your life at 6 or less. So you'll see that we're running the temporal trunks instead of the other new blue black super combo or the Supreme kind time that is for warp, because he does get 5 cards in this drop pretty quickly, and then since you get to awaken pretty quickly as well at 6, which does often happen, you get to use the super combos as long as you have that 5 in the drop. And the recursion and all the interactions that go with this deck is very cool, and that's just one of them. But his activate main says choose one 4-star ball in your hand and reveal it. That doesn't mean you put it into the drop. You just show the opponent and you draw 1 card and gains 15k or 5k for the duration of turn on his front side. And now, of course, he is pretty much a 15k attacker on his front side as long as you have a 4-star ball. We play 5 in this deck, so we'll get to that. It's very good, and you'll see why. His awaken is you draw 1 and you switch 1 to energy, or switch in active mode. Wow, switch in energy to active mode. And of course, his other side is that it's a 15k leader. This is an activate main, just like the other side, so you don't have to attack, in which you choose a 4-star ball, reveal it, and then draw 2 cards, and then choose 1 into your drop area, from your hand and drop area. There's another interaction with the 1-star or 1-drop SR, and as well as a 4-star ball, but we'll get to that. And of course, his auto effect is once per turn, either attacking on offense or defense, your turn or their turn, you get to use a skillless battle card, and that gets a 5k combo for the duration of turn, or additional 5k power, combo power for the duration of turn. So effectively, it's a free super combo for any vanilla card that you combo with, for any card. It doesn't have to be your leader, it can be anything. So when pressuring for game and using those quote-unquote useless vanilla cards that are now very useful, it helps a lot to put on that pressure and put on more and more power. And of course, you can use it for defense, which is really good. So let's take a look at the entire deck itself. Now, you may be asking, why have I gone black-red? Why haven't I gone black-blue? Or why haven't I gone yellow-black or whatever? So one, my first intention when I saw this leader is that I love the championship pack Son Goku, so I really wanted to make him work and put him in the deck and recursion him and use a 1-star or 1-drop Goku and get him over and over again. But Mr. Joey from Crossroads CCG started testing that in his live stream, and I was just like, you know what, I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to take away from him. God damn it, Joey. And because the interaction between this guy, since he is a Son Goku childhood, and the I'm a World Champion, the one that you pay 1 and you draw 2 from 1 yellow, as long as he's on the board, is really good. And I wanted to do that, but oh well, I went ahead and switched over to this, which has been very successful. I don't think I've lost I lost one game, but since then I've changed it and won all the other ones. Like I don't remember, but it's been very successful. I'm loving the deck, and in the gameplay you can see how it kind of goes. It's pretty aggro in itself. It has a lot of good targets for each other, and let's kind of go through what that really means with every card. So it kind of focuses on not only all the red stuff, all the good red stuff, but also the good red Earthling stuff. And the first one is the Baba card. Could be a turn 1 play, could be turn 2. Just depends on the matchup. But she boosts an Earthling. It doesn't have to be your leader, but or it doesn't have to be red either. But it can boost any Earthling, and you have a lot of targets in Intensifier Power Trunks. Everybody's Power Yamcha, the vanilla, which is really good, with the Krillin. The Grandpa Gohan, which is probably the best target for it, and as well as the 1-drop SR Goku. I don't think you're going to be doing it to the super combo, but there you go. And of course this one, when you draw, or when you use combo, you get to minus 5k something on their board, which is really good for quick removal, and as well as effectively a 10k combo, and then you draw a card, because you're comboing 0 cost 5k, and if they're attacking with the battle card without barrier, it becomes less, or 15 or 5k less, which is 10k. There you go. But for draw in general, as you can see in the gameplay, for both of them, it is very useful. And then we have Intensifying Power Trunks. So before, when I was testing this without Intensifier Power Trunks, it wasn't all that great, because it just wasn't. It just, like, yes, you get to awaken pretty early, but you didn't really have too many options to do that other than Power Burst. So Intensifier Power Trunks does really well in netting you a card, and as well as letting you awaken as soon as possible. As long as you get a vanilla card, which you have plenty in this deck, I haven't really had an issue with that. You get to have one in your drop, and then you pay Intensifier Power Trunks if you're going first. Yeah, going first, and then they attack. You swing for 15k crit, take a life, now you're at 6 and you awaken. So that's kind of the sequencing that you kind of want to do anyway, but there you go. And of course you can use a Baba right on top of the Trunks. Cool, right? And then in Everybody's Power Yamcha, all the Earthling targets that I've talked about are going to be the best thing for him. And at 3 with 2 red, with half the deck, literally half the deck, 25 cards are red, so it's literally half and half. I haven't had an issue with 2 red so far, but he has been useful in getting a super combo, getting any of the Grandpa Gohans, getting a Fearless Pan, getting a Intensifier Power Trunks or Baba. A lot of cool targets, and of course the Krillin, especially if you have a Yamcha in the drop, which again, there's so many cool interactions with this guy. I just love it. Like I don't know. Like I wanted to play something competitive like Baby or Broly or another like Yellow Broly or Green Broly for celebrations, but I'm really highly considering this guy because there's so many, again, so many options and so many things you can take it. And it's just so much fun and competitive. So neither here nor there. Hopefully you can see where I'm going with and why I'm so excited. But so you get to get all the good targets, including your super combo. The Yamcha is there for training buddy Krillin. And as well as just more vanilla fodder, and as well as the target for Android 8. Fearless Pan is another Everybody's Power Yamcha. We play it at 2 because it's just right, honestly. You draw quite a lot through the leader effects. If you want to reduce a 4-star ball, I would highly recommend and encourage you to play maybe a Super Zarbon or maybe a Fearless Pan, like an extra one of either one. But 5 stars, 5 4-star balls have been pretty good. Like, it's good. And of course you can play 5 because Dragon Balls are restricted to 7, so you can play up to 7 if you really want to, so you know. And then further instruction Champa really furthering the idea of aggro because having 3 of them is very useful. So many times that I play him turn 1, get out a Grandpa Gohan turn 2 with this effect if he's still there, and then the next turn just chompoing them with another Grandpa Gohan, and then swinging with one of them in Champa. You get it. You get 3 energy. So that's just one line of play if you're going against Shenron or something like that. And then we have Grandpa Gohan. We have 4 of him instead of 4 of the Zarbon because of Baba. And of course, Yamcha is searching him out. So that's another target for that. And then Super Zarbon just for 2 more targets for Son Goku, and as well as the leader, just so you can have more vanilla fodder. Bonds of Friendship 8, and as well as Son Goku, the SR. So both of these interact with each other. And if you didn't know, because this is pretty new, if you look at the top 7, with this card, you activate it auto. Top 7, you can get a skillless battle card, so a vanilla card. And then when your Son Goku childhood card, can be any of them, can play the 1-drop Goku, I'm very aware of that, with the Chi-Chi, and as well as the KOing Ape. I just don't want to run that. It's just too much combo. I don't want to. I want to do more things in a more sequencing way and more consistent. That's kind of how I've been building my decks lately anyway, so there you go. And so as soon as a childhood Goku leaves the battle area, you get to KO something. This includes when they pop it or when it combos off the field. So right now the ruling is for that. And if you haven't checked out my video for the combo phase and the set 6 effect on that, or the impact on that, please go check that out. There's a lot of things you have to be aware of when going to set 6 as well. But that is really, really useful, because if you have multiple ones, which you'll see in the video, you can pop up multiple things because they're 2 different autos. And now we have Son Goku Adventure Begin. So he has 2 main effects. So activate main, choose 1 4-star ball from your deck or drop area, and then shuffle it, of course. So one of the interactions I was saying before is that you can choose this guy into revealing the 4-star ball, right? And you draw 1 card, 5k, and then if you have 6 and you have a vanilla in the drop, you get to awaken, draw 1, untap. And then the other side is that you reveal it again, draw 2, and then drop 1 from your hand. One of those can be the 4-star ball, and if you have this guy on the field, you can just drop that, use his effect, and then get it right back. So you're netting 2 cards, and it's just really good. It's just literally just a draw 2. When you're, it's crazy. Like it's just like you didn't lose anything. Plus, it's just super value. It's just, I can't get over it. And the other part of it is that the activate main is once per turn you pay 2, and then your leader card is black. You get to choose a skillless battle card with an energy cost of 3 or less from your deck or drop area and play it. And since it's from the drop area, if they KO it or remove it from the battle area from those means or whatever, you get to just go ahead and use this man again for 2 energy. And for 2 energy for a 30k body, it's just crazy. Like Cold Bloodlust doesn't do anything to it. If you KO it, no big deal. You can just get this guy out. If this guy goes or Android 8 goes, you can use Power Burst to get it back. There's a lot of cool things here. And of course, the super combo for Sparking 5, I already told you about that. Training Buddy Krillin is that you choose 1 skillless battle card, which will be Yamcha here. Is really the only target, and then play it, and then choose up to 1 of their battle cards and gets negative 5k. So the reason why I don't mind him being the only target, Yamcha that is that this guy can always negative 5k anything. So it doesn't matter if you choose up to choose 1 skillless battle card or not. You get to minus 5k something. So it's really useful, just like Baba, in order to remove something like a 1-drop or a 2-drop easy. And of course, Android 8 does all the other removing for you. And of course, we played Demigra as a finisher, or one of the finishers. Everything else is pretty much a finisher throughout the game. But since you're gonna have 7 in the drop, like you play 25 battle cards, so you're gonna have 7 black cards in the drop. By 5 energy, you want to really end it. So there you go. And then of course we have the rest. Pretty self-explanatory. 4-star balls. This guy, you activate battle and you choose 1 battle card or a leader card. It gains 5k. If it's skillless, it gains another 5k. So 10k combo, effectively a super combo exclusively for your vanilla card. So I would definitely say that it's really good in case they are swinging and they're comboing their hand like 2 or 3 cards, and then you just drop a 4-star ball, and then that's it, because they can't remove it otherwise. And then if you're going for game, you swing with the bad boy, the 30k bad boy, Champa, 4-star. It's a GG. And then of course, Power Burst. It's really good for sparking, again, to take life and awaken. And again, of course, these 2 are the best targets to get back. So there's a couple things to consider. This is not the best deck. I will tell you that right now. Baby has kind of an advantage over this, just simply because of all the removal that he has access to, and as well as I would say Red Frieza. Red Frieza is a little bit difficult because you have to play like 3 or less basically for a lot of different things. So I would say these 2 gets around the 3-drop extra card, in which you have to drop 3 cards. But if they remove the Son Goku, that's just whatever. I do have some gameplay on that, so I'll show that. That's pretty much it. And then the other thing is that minus Killing Zone is really for Demigra, and as well as maybe these two if you are really that cautious for a sideboard. This is kind of a mock sideboard, like it's just an idea. Tau should be in everybody's sideboard going forward. There's a lot of good hand destruction, hand control types or archetypes out right now. If you're not maining it or signing it, I would highly consider to do that. And then Tien Shinhan is just really good. I would also probably drop out maybe Dark Power, maybe Kami. I would say Kami. I'll drop out that and then add in to Shrouded Mystery for Janemba. Because as soon as you establish a board and then you have that 10 and drop and 6 energy, you play that and then you just swing for all the things that you have, including for this pan. If you can get that out, I mean that's something, and then you just win. Like that's the only thing I can really think of. But that's it. Let me know what you think about the deck. Let's go ahead and get into the gameplay, baby. Alright, so this is going to be an interesting one. He's playing the new blue promo leader, and I'm just mulliganing out the counters and a couple things that aren't useful. I think I'm going first as well, so I was thinking of what to play. So I went ahead and played the Goku. I was going to play the Intensive Firepower Trunks just like any other deck, but I then got the 4-star ball, so that way I can draw and gain that 5k, which didn't matter here. I just really wanted to go ahead and get that draw and as well as thin out the deck, which is probably what you want to do in the first place as well. And went ahead and it's a no combo, took the life, got the Intensive Firepower Trunks, charged one of them, got another 4-star ball in order to use that same one to draw, played out the Trunks in order to swing for leader for crits, and then comboed out the Grandpa Gohan, which, you know, is just I just needed it to go ahead and awaken pretty early, so that way I drew and as well as untap 1 energy, basically. If I was smart, I would have used the effect for Goku to draw 2 and then drop 1 and then play the Android 8, so that way I can see less cards in the deck and get a higher chance for the vanilla, but oh well. Then I played the Baba, and then with the Android 8 and as well as the Kid Goku on the board, I didn't really expect him to play much as far as things go, or like any kind of threats. I didn't want the Intensive Firepower Trunks to actually die, so I went ahead and comboed out the 4-star ball and as well as the Baba to get the draw. And this is because I have the Furthering Destruction Champa in my hand, so the next turn I was definitely going to use that. So he was smart to go ahead and kill the Android 8, not the Kid Goku, because some people make that mistake, and then it goes right back to hand. Him tapping out here gave me a really good opportunity to go ahead and crit as much as possible. So I went ahead and drew 2, dropped the 4-star ball, used the SR to get it back from the drop, use the first critical Trunks in order to go for 25 crit for the free super combo, kind of with the vanilla, and then use the second one for double strike critical, making him combo out a super combo and then 2 5Ks. I didn't want to give him any more cards, nor did I want him to actually awaken, so I think I went ahead and played the Baba and pass here. Yeah, that's what I did. So, you know, that's kind of the line of play. I was just like, you know what, that's fine. And I was wondering what he was doing here, but looks like he wanted to play the Veku, which is kind of what the deck wants to, is just go ahead and ramp as soon as possible. I didn't really care about this too much, but I went ahead and used the advantage of the free 10k with the vanilla. So I was just like, okay, cool. So I was thinking of like, okay, what should I do here? How can I maximize this? So the best thing here was to go ahead and draw, find out what my plays were, and since I already had 2 power bursts, I was just like, you know what, I can always get that guy back and play that. But here's where he did not like this. I played the Fearless Pan, gave 5k double strike for the 2 Intensive Firepower Trunks at 5, and then he rage quit. So there's that. So I was like, okay, let me go play Judge Manny. Okay, let's try this again. So if you haven't seen this deck before, and this is kind of starting a little bit late because I didn't know if I wanted to record this or not. He went first, got 2 Dragon Balls, got 4 more after that, or 3 more after that, something ridiculous. And if you haven't seen this deck, he is playing Shenron aggro. I know the deck quite Dylan's pretty familiar with it. He won the box tourney a little while back with it, so it's actually pretty scary. Like, honestly, it goes wide and goes hard. Like, it's wild. So I was a little scared tapping out here, but I thought it was okay. So that way I can put on that pressure and make sure he wastes cards, because the first thing that you want to do for any Shenron deck is make sure that you kind of deplete their resources. That's just me. Early aggression, but the thing is that he's going for early aggression with this combo here, and I didn't really want to take this early damage, even though I know I can go ahead and take the 2, but the more that you take life early on is the worse that I'll get, because he's gonna go ahead and Child's Wish here with the burst attack Gohan, which is very annoying because I went ahead and took it and I was just like, whatever, because next turn I'm going to go ahead and awaken. But he gets the Child's Wish back and a draw, which is also very annoying. So I was just like, okay, I'm going to have to do something about this. So the first thing I kind of wanted to do is not take too much life as much as possible, but I didn't want to go ahead and pressure out a little bit more, so I went ahead and took a life, go for 15 crit, got the 4-star thankfully, and get the Yamcha in the drop, so that way I can do this. But I was just like, wait a second, I can't awaken if I do that, so I took that back. I was just like, wait a second, no, I can't do that. So I went ahead and drew first, gained the 15k, or the 5k really, and I think I played the, pretty sure I played the Yamcha here. Pretty sure, because I'm going here. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I play the Yamcha and then untap 1 and draw 2. The reason for that, so I can get the most value out of pretty much everything that I do here. Again, it's all about value, it's all about that consistency as well as sequencing. I dropped the other Krillin because I didn't really need it. And then Judge Manny is just taking a look at the leader. I don't think he realized that you can do. I can awaken at 6 or less, so he's just double checking that. So went ahead and attacked with the Yamcha right after, and thankfully saw a super combo. Thank you, ratios. And then right after that is just 15k into his burst attack, which he combos out a Fearless Pan for the Child's Wish target next turn basically. So I went ahead and swung into his combo. I don't think he's going to take this one because he needs it on the board in order to gain that advantage. I also didn't want to tap out, so I went ahead and passed here, so that way I can kind of make it easy for myself and hard for him, so that way he doesn't really, you know, he doesn't, yeah. You get what I'm saying. Then what else does he do? He goes ahead and plays out this intensifier Power Trunks, which is just great, and then the Fearless Pan, which I was talking about earlier, and then went right into double strike critical for everything. And this is where it kind of got scary, and I was just like, okay, great, this is awesome. But at the same time, he has to pitch a lot of cards in order to not only, you know, do some damage, but also kind of be effective in this. And shout out to Victor, because that is subscribe. So thank you for that. But we went ahead and he went ahead and swung with Kaba. It's just double strike, so I went ahead and used the leader effect for a free 10k on the vanilla. I didn't expect this next part, in which he swung with the Fearless Pan. I was just like, wow, okay, no negates. And then he killed off my Intensifier Power Trunks, and then he went ahead and chain attack Xenos. So I was like, oh, that's great. So we went ahead and reset the board in hand. I actually drew pretty well, as you can tell from that chat there. So that's pretty cool. So I think he passes here because he doesn't want to give me more cards since he doesn't have any other lines of play. So I went ahead and activate leader effect, draw 2, and then drop something that I didn't need, which was that 4-star ball. I just got another one from the deck from him. And then look at the top 7 for a vanilla, so that way I have more combo power on both turns, and did it again so that way I can have more hand advantage as well. So again, so that way I can attack and then combo if need be. But I went ahead and just went to 15. If I had to do it again, I probably would have comboed the Yamcha here, so that way I can go 25. But that's just another thing to kind of learn from the decks. But now I'm tapped out, but I do have a Sparking Negate, and as well as 2 Android 8s on the board, so that way I can proc off both their effects and KO 2 things. And with him only at 4 cards, it's not that big of a deal. But what he did pretty soon here is going to change that, so we'll see. So he plays a Intensifier upon Trunks, swings, I negate this, take a life, and then he does not take a life, I do believe. But he will go ahead and play the burst attack, which is ridiculous. That's ridiculous. He draws 2 since he's at 2 cards. And then I combo out of it, so that's thankful. I'm very thankful for that. I was thinking of what to charge here, or what I didn't need, so I went ahead and got one from the deck, I do believe. Yep, deck, and activated effect to drop the same card and draw 2. I do believe. Yep, exactly what I was saying before. So I went ahead and swung with Yamcha, not to the burst attacks or anything like that, because I can easily remove that later. I was thinking about getting numb with Yamcha, but I wanted to show that I had the Fearless Pan instead for the next play. It was just 15, so he has to combo out, which he will not combo out and take the life. I'll go ahead and try to see if I can get him in a double strike range, but I also didn't want to waste my my super combo. So I was thinking of making him go to 1, but I also didn't know what else he had as far as like combo power. So if I did that, I would have tapped out for the Son Goku effect and then get a 30k body, and then just swung for game with that. I think I should have combo the Champa here, but I also would have gave him 2 cards. So there would have been a couple different lines of play, and that's where we're trying to go over here. So yeah, or just seeing if we can go back, but I was just like, nah. But looking at it now, yeah, I would combo the Champa, and then make him down to 1 since he was tapped out. Use the Goku effect to get out a 30k body, and then use a 4-star and as well as a super combo in order to go for game, basically, because that would have been 40 or 50,000 single since he was at 1, or he would be at 1. But now this is where it gets ridiculous and where I have to survive, but it also does showcase basically the survivability and as well as what I can do in the leader effect. So he did use the leader effect for Child's Wish, which is good because I don't have to worry about a triple attacking Intensifier by Trunks or Kaba. So I said no negates to the first attack, in which he went to 20, which I was okay with. I just used super combo. And I think here he wanted to go ahead and use a different card, but this is where I made it a little hard for him. So I said no negate, and then this is where I'm going to go ahead and combo out the, I do believe the Kid Goku, proc off the 2 effects for the Android 8, and then KO the burst attack, so that way he doesn't get the draw, and as well as the double striker, combo out the cards on the field, and then a Champa, I think a Champa? No, yep, okay, the Fearless Pan. I feel like I just did this and I still don't know, but I went ahead and did that. And now he has to figure out if he wants to give me cards with 5 cards in my hand. You know, it's just one of those things of like just board and hand advantage. So I do believe he passes here because I think he's just thinking here. And then I pretty much just, I'm just trying to go for game. Oh, actually, I think he swings for Kaba because he has 1 more life, bring me down to 1, so that way he can swing with Fearless Pan. But I was like, nah, I don't think I'm gonna take that, fam. He was probably looking for something else, but I think his hand was kind of dead. So I went ahead and comboed out the 10k with the Champa because I didn't need it. I had another one, and he's at 1. Okay, and then he gains barrier for all the Saiyans, which is annoying, but that's okay. Wasn't important here. So I went ahead and drew 2, dropped something here. I do believe the Demigras. Was it Demigras or was it something else? I think I just dropped the 4-star, which I was gonna play with the Grandpa Gohan, but it just didn't work out there. So I had a couple choices: either tap out for Demigras and then swing with swing to him, reveal the hand, because he couldn't negate, he can only block, and then basically swing with leader and combo my hand with the super combo. But he already knew it was game. Comboed out pretty much the rest of it. I think it was just 80 or something ridiculous because the super combo, or 60, and that's pretty much it. That is all she wrote. Well, hopefully you enjoyed the deck. Hopefully you enjoyed the gameplay. Let me know what you think, and if he's gonna be a top tier leader or not. And I'll see you in the next one. Later.